Welcome, comrades, to Weekly Worker number 1501. Weekly Worker is unique in the left press for presenting articles often written by comrades with great expertise in their field. I often find with the left press that they patronise the reader and assume that only bite-sized pieces of information and theory will do. Anything else will just frighten the population with too many long words. This week's paper has some excellent articles on vital issues of the day with a historical and internationalist perspective. Unless you've been living in outer space for the last week, you cannot have escaped the biggest computer outage in history. Paul DeMarti presents a forensic analysis of the computer industry, showing that the capitalist drive for profit makes large parts of our critical IT infrastructure less reliable, less secure, and more wasteful, and poses the question what the IT of a communist future will look like. In the wake of the ongoing Zionist barbarism in Gaza, legal expert Mike McNair analyses the landmark ruling by the International Court of Justice that the Israeli occupation of Palestinian territory since 1967 is unlawful. He investigates the likely impact of the decision on governments like the UK and USA to continue to supply arms to the Zionist state. On the face of it, Israel will ignore the ruling, and Benjamin Netanyahu lost no time posting on Twitter a biblical justification for not only the Israeli state, but by implication, the necessity for the ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people, illustrating the macabre joke that you don't have to believe in God to be a Zionist, but you do have to believe that God gave Israel to the Jews. The absurdity of this is demolished by Israeli Marxist Moshe Machova, who exposes the ancient saga used in the service of settler colonization, ethnic cleansing, and genocide. Moshe puts his advanced knowledge of Hebrew scripture and history to expose not only Zionism, but illustrate the way in which politics can be expressed in religious terms. The debate on the way forward for the people of Palestine, Israel, continues to be debated in the open forum that is our letters page. The CPGB and Weekly Worker are justifiably proud of their principled stance against political censorship and oppose the no-platform policies of some on the left, as well as the actions of the state, even when it is directed against the right wing. It is in this spirit that Maciej Zurawski opposes the ban on the German anti-establishment news magazine Compact. We can be sure that where censorship is used against the far right, the left will be next. If the state's control of the media is dangerous, so is the attempt to use repression to control drugs. Eddie Ford argues in his critique of the Labour government's adoption of Rishi Sunak's cigarette ban for anyone born after 2009 that the policy is doomed to fail and is likely to make matters worse, as anyone who has followed attempts at prohibition can show. The CPGB understands that communism is internationalist or it is nothing. Marcus Strom analyses the development of the Malayan Communist Party in an excellent review article of a new study by Australian comrade David Lockwood. Marcus highlights the importance of having a consistent party program to the task of building a mass movement for communism. It was the failure of the Malayan Communist Party to understand this and the proper place for insurrection that led to its disastrous defeat in what can only be described as suicidal adventurism. You can follow Weekly Worker online, or better still, subscribe for the print edition. This week's Weekly Worker contains themes that will be even more fully explored in our Communist University in central London from the 3rd to the 10th of August, where you can join writers in open debate and comradely socialising. Join us there.